We all love the Chevy 2 platform, but let's be honest, the stock GM suspension system sucks. Whether you're autocrossing or just building a hardcore muscle Nova, the stock front suspension is a major barrier to performance. Thankfully, we can fix that. This is our all-new project, the Ultimate Street Muscle Car, a 1966 Nova destined to receive a 700-plus horsepower big block. We needed to improve the front suspension system and also allow for the big block to slip in between the frame rails. The solution came from Chassisworks, their new G-Machine subframe system, which provides a complete new front suspension kit with no fabrication. Along with billet specialties wheels and Willwood brakes, watch us as we transform our crappy stock Nova into the beginning of an amazing street machine.
Hey guys, I'm Sean, the head fabricator here in the Power TV garage. Now I had a great time installing this Chris Alston kit, and let me tell you, it's going to make a huge difference in the overall handling and performance of our Nova. Now I'm going to walk you through some of the highlights, and then we're going to get straight into the installation of this kit. At the heart of our swap is this Chassisworks G-Machine subframe, which is a complete bolt-on kit for 62 to 67 Novas. It uses this really cool mandrel bent CNC and laser cut material. Finally, we're going to finish up our installation with these super trick 17x8 billet specialty wheels and these Willwood calipers.
The installation process started with the removal of the stock subframe. This was easily done by removing the steering wheel and column, and then unbolting the front clip from the firewall and chassis and rolling it forward. After cleaning up the stock firewall, we began lining up and bolting in the Chassisworks G-Machine subframe. The suspension was up next. Chassisworks selected their G-Machine and upper-lower A-arms painted in flat black. We started with assembling the upper and lower control arms, and then installed the lower arms into the subframe. Then, the drop spindles are installed. Take care to make sure you install them on the correct side because they are directional. Finally, it's time to bolt in the upper control arms and move on to the rack and pinion conversion.
Chassisworks provided us with these rack mounts as well as the rack and pinion steering system. One of the key features of this is it allows the rack to rotate for better alignment between your steering column and the rack itself. Now that we've installed our rack and our tie rod ends, this is where Chassisworks recommends that you do your front end alignment. We're not going to show you this right now, but we definitely recommend that you do it before you install the engine. Finally, we're going to install our anti-roll bar, and then we can move on to installing our shocks and springs. Chassisworks set us up with this VeriShock Quick Set 2 adjustable coilover. This is a dual adjustable coilover that uses a 9-inch tall, 675-pound spring. At the same time, I began assembling the 6-piston Willwood calipers and brake setup. Check out this 13-inch vented rotor. This will do wonders when we're trying to stop our Nova from those 100-mile-an-hour plus passes. These brakes are made through a partnership between Chassisworks and Willwood, which makes install and prep simple. So let's go ahead and finish this up.
The VeriShocks were installed through the control arms, then were carefully bolted in. Next up was the Willwood rotors. We carefully packed the bearings with grease and installed the rotors. Next, the Willwood brake calipers would get slid on. Afterward, we checked the suspension for any interference or rubbing. Finally, it was time for us to install the Flaming River steering column and steering wheel. This 32-inch stainless steel steering column kit is brand new and also has full tilting capability. We combined it with this trick Nova carbon fiber wheel from Flaming River as well. Finally, all that was left on the subframe kit were the little details, billet motor mounts, inner splash mounts, and installing the radiator core support from the factory OEM subframe. Once we were completed, this is what our Chassisworks G-Machine subframe looked like. A super clean installation with upgraded suspension geometry, improved steering, and tons of room, even for these monster headers.
Check this thing out, it's huge. Whoa! This is our 2-inch header from Chassisworks. Requires no fabrication, just bolts right up. I love that because I'm a fabricator, makes my life easy. And these things will definitely let our big 555 cubic inch motor breathe on those 100-mile-an-hour plus passes. taking advantage of that, we went with a set of Billet Specialties Streetlight 17-inch wheels. These are perfect for this car because they are super light and are made from a forged 6061 T6 aluminum, but are 100% DOT approved. That means no problems with street driving. The front wheels are 17x8 and we chose 245/45/17 tires to work with them. That's not what I'm really excited about. Check this out. These are Billet Specialties 17x11-inch wheels wrapped with Mickey Thompson 315/35 17-inch drag radials. These will definitely help keep us from dying when we throw that 555 cubic inch big block into gear and put that pedal to the metal.
Today on Power TV, we showed you how to take a Chevy 2 from complete street loser to radical muscle car with no fabrication, thanks to Chassisworks. Their G-Machine bolt-in subframe installed easily with common hand tools and gave us not only improved handling and performance, but stunning looks. Make sure to follow along with our project as we show you what it takes to turn a mess into a serious muscle car.